The Obama administration is sending 2 gay athletes to Russia as part of the Olympics, and of course they're doing that to send a message. So this will be part of its delegation, and usually leaders in the United States will go. Obama would go along with his wife and with Biden, but it turns out that he's not going to do that. Instead, he's sending gay athletes to send a message about Russia's recent anti-gay laws. So this is pretty risky in my opinion, even though officials in Russia say that they will not take any action against gay athletes competing in the Olympics. But I still worry because Russia is not exactly known to follow the rules in all cases. So what do you think?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's risky. I mean, one of them is Caitlin Cahow, I guess, two-time Olympic medalist in ice hockey. Again, there might be current athletes who happen to be gay. We don't know about that. This is part of the delegation. They're not current athletes. Like Billie Jean King is the second person, obviously very well-known tennis star, and she's an activist for gay rights, etc. I love the message. If Putin puts Billie Jean King in prison, he's a degree that I did not expect. Let me put it that way. Like crazier than I thought he was, and I think he's pretty crazy, right? He's the guy who wrestles with bears naked, right?
He's a strong dude.
Yeah, and look, he just wiped out like half the media or more in Russia. I got no love for Putin in that sense. He did right by Snowden, and it wasn't because he was looking out for liberty.
Yeah,
right?
He was doing it for his own self-interest and sending a message to the United States.
And so that's part of the reason I brought this up, because Obama, by not going and not doing the standard thing, of sending the president, vice president, first lady, etc., someone along those lines, is also sending a message about Snowden.
Of course.
It's not just about gay rights.
I think this is more about Snowden than it is about gay rights, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's both, because them not going is partly about Snowden, and then sending 2 gay athletes as part of the delegation is clearly, tell me how my ass tastes, right?
I love this kind of drama. It's just so funny to see world leaders do this type of like passive aggressive, act. It's hilarious because it's a little high school-esque, but at the same time, I love the message that it's sending, so I'm fully supportive of it.
Right, on the gay rights side.
On the gay rights side, not about the Snowden side, obviously.
Right, but to be fair, I would rather have the leaders be passive-aggressive than aggressive and launch missiles, right?
True.
So that's a little bit better in that context.
I wanted to read a really good comment by someone who works for Human Rights First. It's Sean Gaylord, and he says, it sets the right tone in terms of the inclusion of LGBT folks. It's
just an unbelievably,
it's a
coincidence that the person who's in campaigning for gay rights happens to be named Gaylord, and we're all children here, okay? But what difference does it make what his name happens to be, right? Anyway, we're on his side. We're on the side of Obama sending his regards here to Putin. And in the end, all this drama is going to work itself out. They're not going to cancel the Olympics. Putin's not going to arrest anyone. And by the way, the law is not being against gay. It's being doing gay propaganda, which is to say anything that speaks well of gays or gay rights, etc., that's what you would technically get arrested for.
Exactly.
Although my sense is someone like Billie Jean King, who's been a great fighter for gay rights and all human rights, when she's in Russia, might say a thing or two in favor of gay rights.
Yes.
And then we'll see if Putin's got the balls to arrest Billie Jean King.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why I feel that it might be a little risky, but even so, even if there was some sort of political speech while in Russia, I don't think that Russian officials would have the balls to do something like that, because that would lead to many issues with the U.S. and we already have soured relations with them, but it would get even worse.
Yeah, but the more we say we question whether he's got enough balls, I think the more that Putin is getting ready. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, you're asking whether I have enough balls. Lock him up, right? So I feel like I don't want to agitate him, because you never know what Putin will do, right? And probably what he'll do is he wouldn't arrest Billie Jean. I mean, that just seems so insane, right? But he might take it out on other innocent Russian gays, right? Or another gay athlete that is not as high profile, which would be disastrous, and we hope that doesn't happen.